All right, all right, all right. Thank you for being here tonight. I want you to know right away, this is not a sales event. Nothing is being sold in this room. This is a conversation, a real honest conversation that most women in this country have never been invited to in terms of having about their financial future. The title tonight is Your Future, Your Terms, Your Plan. And that is exactly what this is about. Not a plan someone else designed for you, not a plan that depends on another person showing up. Your plan, built by you, for you. At the bottom of this slide, you will see the phrase defense wins championships. It's because I have a football background, I got to throw it in there. But that comes from me and my background at The Ohio State and a member of the 2002 national championship team. And the lessons that from that season applies directly to your money. The teams and the women who protect what matters are the ones who win. Tonight is about building your financial defense. So let's get started. Before we talk about anything else, I want to start with what is actually true about women in this room. Statistically, mathematically, and probably true. Women now control 51% of all personal wealth in America, and that number grows every single year. You are not a niche, you are the majority. Women outperform men in investment returns by 0.4% annually on average. That may sound small, but over 30 years, it's life-changing money. Patience and discipline beat aggression every time. Women-owned businesses generate $1.8 trillion annually. You are not just consumers of this economy, you are builders of it. So tonight is not about what you did wrong. It's not about shame or regret. It's about making sure that everything you have built, everything you've earned, cannot be taken away. Now, every woman in this room has one thing in common tonight. She showed up. That sounds simple, but it's not. Most people know they need a plan. Most people never take the first step. She is serious about her future. Not somebody. Not when the kids are grown. Not when things settle down. Now. Tonight. That decision alone separates her from the crowd. And she refuses to leave retirement to chance. She is not waiting for a partner, a windfall, or a perfect moment. She is building her own foundation on her own terms. And she is the kind of woman who takes action, because information without action is just entertainment. You did not come here to be entertained. You came here to do something about your future. The fact you are in this room tonight already puts you ahead of 90% of women your age. That's not flattery. That is fact. Now, before we get into the content, I want to set these 3 rules for tonight. And these are my rules, not yours. Rule 1, no judgment. Every woman in this room is in a different place financially. There is no wrong answer, no embarrassing question, and no situation too far gone to fix. Zero judgment in this room. Rule 2, no pressure. Nothing is being sold tonight. This is financial education. What you do with it is entirely your decision. And rule 3, no jargon. Plain language only. You deserve to understand every word of your own financial plan. And my personal promise to you, complete honesty. You deserve the truth nobody else has told you, not the comfortable version, the real one. Because the real one is the only version that actually helps you. My only agenda tonight is that you leave better prepared than when you walked in. Financial independence is not just a goal for the independent woman. It is a necessity. Let me say that again. It is a necessity. The decisions you make today about your retirement will shape every single aspect of your tomorrow. There is no fallback. There is no safety net waiting in the wings. There is only the plan you build for yourself, your vision, a retirement that reflects your values, your lifestyle, and your definition of freedom, not someone else's definition, yours. Your responsibility. No one else will build this for you. The power and the obligation belongs entirely to you. And your plan, a clear, honest strategy tailored to where you are right now and where you want to go. That is what tonight is about. Let's build it. Now, I'm not here to debate your choices. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your personal life. That belongs to you. What I am here to tell you is this. Whatever choices you've made, whatever path you're on, you own 100% of the financial outcome. 100%. Every dollar saved, every investment made, every decision taken, it begins and ends with you. And on the other side, of this slide, 0% backup plan. No spouse pension, no second social security check, no shared expenses. If something goes wrong, the plan you build today is the only plan there is. Now, I want you to hear something important. That is not a weakness. That is a superpower. Complete control, complete clarity. No one else's bad choices dragging your own down. But a superpower only works if you use it. And using it starts right now. I want to show you a number. And before I show it, well, you already see it, I want you to raise your hand if someone has ever set you down and told you this number before. $5 million. That is the estimated retirement savings a single woman needs to live comfortably from age 65 to age 90. Not extravagantly, comfortably. Based on conservative retirement planning projections at 4% inflation over 25 years of retirement. Now, how many hands went up? That is the problem. Nobody told you. You have been planning in the dark. Now, before anyone panics, this does not mean you need $5 million sitting in a savings account. It means you need a strategy that generates the equivalent income over time. And that is exactly what we're going to cover tonight. Let's break the $5 million number down. What does it actually take to reach it if you do it the old-fashioned way? Just saving cash, no investing, no growth, no strategy. If you start at age 25, you need $3,616 every single month. Every month for 40 years. Wait. If you start at 35, you need $4,845 a month. Every month for 30 years. If you're 45 and you start, you need $7,113 a month. Age 55, you need $13,548 a month. The longer you wait, the more impossible it becomes. That is not a personal failure. That is a math problem. The shoebox method, just saving cash with no growth, makes that goal nearly unreachable. So the goal is not to save your way to 5 million. The goal is to grow your way there. And that is what tonight is about. Every year you wait does not just cost you money, it costs you freedom. Again, starting at 25, $3,616 a month for 40 years of time working in your favor. Start 35, $4,845 a month Start at 45, that's $7,113 a month, and then start at 55, that's $13,548 a month. I know I just said this previously, but it was worth repeating because those numbers are real. Those are not small differences. That is the compounding price of waiting, and it goes up every single year without exception. But here's what nobody talks about. It is not just the financial cost. It is the freedom you will never get back. Every year you delay is a year of compound growth you cannot recover. Money that you did not earn. A retirement you cannot buy back. Time is the most expensive thing you own, and most people spend it like it's free. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now. So every retiree faces financial risk. But when you face those risks alone, they hit harder. Every single one of them. Longevity risk. Outliving your money. When you live longer than men, on average, with no second income, this risk doubles. Healthcare costs. Rising faster than inflation every year. One serious illness with no partner to absorb the financial blow can wipe out years of savings. Long-term care. No built-in caregiver at home. If you need care, you pay for it entirely on your own. Market volatility. When the market drops, there is no second income to cover your living expenses while your accounts recover. And the list continues. Inflation, sequence of returns, tax risk, government policy, and Social Security uncertainty, withdrawal rate risk, and the unexpected. 10 risks, all of them manageable with the right plan, all of them potentially devastating without one. Of all the risks on this list, there is one most people have never heard of, and it may be the most dangerous of all. It is called sequence of returns risk. Here's what it means. You're 58 years old, 7 years from retirement. You have $500,000 saved, and the market drops 40%. Your account drops from $500,000 to $300,000. You've lost $200,000 in a single downturn. With only 7 years left to recover and withdrawals beginning soon, you may never really get back to where you were. That is scenario A. Unprotected, permanent damage, no floor, no protection. Now scenario B, protected with 0% floor. Same market, same 40% drop. Your balance stays at 500,000. Not a dollar lost. Zero loss. Full protection. Peace of mind. One bad decade at the wrong time changes everything, and a 0% floor is the one tool that makes sure that decades don't define your retirement. Now, this is not a hypothetical. This actually happened. Two investors, same 100,000, same starting year, 1999, same 10-year window. Investor 1 put the money in the S&P 500. They survived 2 crashes, the dot-com collapse in 2002 and the financial crisis in 2008. 10 years later, their 100,000 was worth 90,000. They lost money over 10 years. Maximum stress, zero reward. Investor 2 had 0% floor. In every down year, they earned 0, but lost nothing. In up years, they captured gains averaging 6.5%. 10 years later, their $100,000 was worth $187,000. Nearly doubled. Same decade, same economy, completely different outcome. The market rewards the perfect investor. Protection rewards the real investor. Now, before you build a plan, you need to know who you actually are when the market drops. Not who you think you are, who you actually are. The warrior, high risk, high reward, can watch the market drop 40% and not flinch, stays fully invested through every crash. This type is rare, very rare, and it requires nerves of steel. The warrior, the worrier, panics at every dip, sells at the bottom, buys at the top, locks in losses, and misses the recovery. Thinks they are protecting themselves, but they are not. This is the most common investor type and the most costly one. The wise protects the foundation first, takes calculated upside with surplus, never risk what she cannot afford to lose. This is the strategy built for the independent woman. I guess that's why they call it Lady Wisdom. So be honest with yourself right now. Which one are you? Really? Not which one sounds best. Which one is actually true when the market drops and your account shows a number you did not expect? That answer determines the strategy that protects your future. So everyone has heard of the biological clock, but there's another clock nobody talks about, the financial clock. And it's just as urgent. Between ages 20 and 30, society says focus on family formation, marriage, partnerships, children, build a life with someone. Between age 25 and 35 is the highest impact decade for compound growth. Every dollar invested here is worth 3 times more than one invested at age 45. 3 times more. The problem is these two windows overlap directly, and when they overlap, most women deprioritize investing because life is loud. Career, family, and major decisions all collide at once, and it costs them everything later. Here's the truth. Whether you're 28 or 48, single by choice or by circumstances, the tools exist. The window to build a financial partnership may narrow. The window to build a financial fortress does not. Your future does not require a partner. It requires a plan. Women live longer. That is a fact, not an opinion. On average, women outlive men by 5 to 7 years. And that is not just a statistic. It is a retirement planning challenge that most women are completely unprepared for. More years mean more expenses, more health care, more inflation, and no partner income to share the burden. The average monthly cost of an assisted living in 2024, it was $5,000 a month. That is $60,000 a year, potentially for a decade or more. Is that number in your plan right now? 70%. 7 out of every 10 women over age 65 will need some form of long-term care. Most are completely unprepared for that cost. And living long is the goal. Being unable to afford it is the nightmare. And the only thing standing between those two outcomes is the plan you build now. Plan for a long life, because you're probably going to have one. Now we get to solutions. 4 tools, 1 strategy. Built for women who plans to win on their own terms. Tool 1, IUL, Index Universal Life. Tax-free growth, living benefits you can access while you are alive, a 0% floor so you never lose a dollar in a down market. This is the cornerstone of the independent woman's plan. Tool 2, fixed indexed annuity, guaranteed income for life, no matter how long you live, market-linked growth with 0 downside risk, your personal pension, built by you. Tool 3, disability income policy. Your most valuable asset is not your savings, it is your paycheck. If illness or injury stops you from working, this keeps your entire financial plan alive. Tool 4, long-term care rider. Covers facility or in-home care costs when you need it most. Without it, one healthcare event can erase decades of savings in months. You do not need all four today, but you need a plan that accounts for all four. Let me show you how each one works. Now let me break down how an index universal life policy, an IUL, works. Plain language, no jargon. When the market goes up, your account is credited a portion of the index gain up to a cap rate set by your carrier. You participate in the upside. When the market goes down, and it will go down, your floor kicks in at zero. You earn nothing that year, but you lose nothing. Your balance stays exactly where it was. And here's what makes this powerful. Every year's gains are locked in permanently. The market can crash the very next year, and your locked-in gains are completely safe. Look at the comparisons on this slide. In 2008, the market lost 38%. The IUL credited zero, not negative, zero. The money was untouched. Growth is tax-free. Living benefits are built in. Loss of principal? Never. The market has a higher ceiling. The IUL has a floor. Most people need the floor far more than they need the ceiling. Now let me show you what this looks like in real numbers. 3 paths. Same $100,000 starting point, completely different destinations. The shoebox. $100,000 stays $100,000 forever. No growth, no strategy. At 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, the number never moves. An IUL at 6.5% average annual returns, $187,000 at 10 years, $352,000 at 20 years, $661,000 at 30 years, $1,240,000 at 40 years, all tax-free. Now the IUL at 9% average, $237,000 at 10 years, $560,000 at 20 years, $1,330,000 at 30 years, and 3 years, and at 40 years, you've got $3,140,000 tax-free. That growth is accessed through policy loans, not taxable income. You keep more of what you earn, combined with 0% floor. Every single gain is permanent. The shoebox is comfortable. The IUL is transformational. Now that you understand how the IUL works, let me show you the smartest way to fund it. This is called the 7-pay method. Step 1. Open a high-yield savings account and deposit your starting capital. Earn 4 to 5% while your policy is being structured. The money works from day one. Nothing sits idle. Step 2. Set an automatic annual withdrawal on the same date every year, aligned to your policy anniversary. Discipline without willpower. The system does the work. Automation removes emotion from the equation. Step 3. Fund your IUL over 7 years, maximally funded, staying just below the MEC, which is Modified Endowment Contract thresholds. This preserves every tax advantage. Tax-free growth, tax-free loans, and living benefits. 7-pay equals maximum funding without losing a single tax benefit. Here is the payoff. If you start at 25, by age 32, your policy is fully funded. Then it compounds untouched for 33 more years. At 65, you have a tax-free retirement engine that no market crash can ever touch. Fund it once, benefit forever. Now let me ask you a question. What happens if you outlive your money? For women living to age 90 and beyond, this is not a hypothetical. It is a mathematical reality unless you plan for it. Here's the scenario. You've saved diligently for 40 years. Then at age 87, the account hits zero. The bills don't stop. The rent doesn't stop. The mortgage doesn't stop. The body does not stop, but the money does. Running out of money in retirement is not a financial problem. It's a survival problem. The fixed indexed annuity solves this permanently. Market length growth with 0% floor. You participate in gains and never in losses. Guaranteed income for life. A check arrives every month no matter how long you live. No stock market risk. Your income is contractually guaranteed by the insurance carrier. It pays as long as you breathe. Your personal pension, built by you. Guaranteed forever. Now, most women plan for retirement. Almost none plan for what happens before they get there. There are two kinds of risks that erase everything, and both are almost universally ignored. Disability risk. 1 in 4 workers becomes disabled before retirement. Your paycheck is your most valuable asset. More valuable than your home, your car, your savings account. If you cannot work, your plan dies with your income unless you protect it. The average disability lasts nearly 3 years. That is 3 years of zero income. Long-term care risk. 70% of people over 65 need some form of long-term care. The costs are staggering. Nursing home care is up to $10,000 a month. Assisting living is up to $6,000 a month. In-home care up to $5,000 a month. And without a plan, one health event can erase 20 years of savings. Here's the good news. An IUL with a long-term care rider solves both risks under one policy. Protected if you cannot work. Protected if you need care. One premium. 2 protections. No gaps. Now let me bring all 4 tools together and show you how they function as one complete strategy. IUL, your retirement income engine. Tax-free income, 0% floor, living benefits, the foundation of your financial fortress. Fixed indexed annuity, your lifetime income guarantee, a check every single month no matter how long you live, your personal pension contractually guaranteed. Disability income policy, your income protection. If you cannot work, your plan stays alive, your paycheck insured. Long-term care rider, your care protection. One health event will not erase your life's work. Together, this is not a product pitch. This is a plan for your life, built by you, protected by strategy, owned entirely by you. 4 tools, 1 strategy, a lifetime of financial freedom on your terms. I want you to picture 2 women, same age, same life, same income, same opportunities. The only difference is the decision they made or did not make. Age 65 without a plan, 0 guaranteed income, fully dependent on Social Security, averaging $1,400 a month, savings being depleted and projected to run out by age 82, no long-term care coverage, no living benefits, dependent on government programs, family, or charity. This is not a worst-case scenario. This is the default outcome for women without a plan. Now, age 65 with the Buckeye Shield strategy. Tax-free IUL income of $3,000 to $8,000 a month, depending on funding level. A guaranteed annuity that cannot be outlived no matter what. Long-term care rider activated. Care costs covered without touching retirement savings. Full financial independence. No government programs. No family burden. Same woman, same life, different decision. The only thing separating these 2 outcomes is the plan you build. or do not build today. So you've heard the truth tonight. You have seen the numbers. You have seen the risk, and you have seen the solutions. Now it comes down to one thing. What will you do with it? Your next step is simple. A free 15 to 30-minute strategy session. No sales pitch, no obligations, just an honest look at where you are and where you want to go. In that conversation, we review your current savings, your income, your protection gaps, and your timeline. Then we build a custom protection stack designed specifically for your life, not a template, tailored to you. And regardless of what you decide after that, you walk away with a clear picture of what you need, what it costs, and what happens if you wait. The knowledge is yours to keep. If you're watching this video, go ahead and go to the description. You will find my calendar link. First come, first serve. Go ahead and set up your time so we can get together. Bring your questions. Bring all of your accounts. Bring your tax information, your most recent income taxes, so we can figure out what your bracket is. And then let us put together a customized solution for you that'll be tailored to what you specifically need. Even if we have to take a top-down approach, let's start the plan of attack, because like I said, you should have did this yesterday. But the next best time to do it is today. And every day you wait, time is costing you. Remember, it's your future, your terms, your plan. Let's build it. Because at the end of the day, defense wins championships. And tonight, your defense starts right here.